we've had storms all night long, so it pretty much foiled my plans to do this demonstration outside. So it's just gonna be inside. That's just all there is to it. But it's so obvious that there's, I mean, it's obvious. It's night and day difference. I'm gonna show them from a distance and then show them further away. But it's night and day difference. I mean, you can tell if the taillight was busted out. If the taillight was busted out like the ring video, it would shine like the one in front. It's pretty obvious that it doesn't. Light's completely out, so this is what it would look like down the driveway. You can see the dark spot on the complete taillight. Different angles. It looks like there's like a blur in it, just like in the video, the ring camera video. That blur is actually where the curve in the lens is. So it kind of casts like a dark spot in it. But I believe they took that dark spot, put it over the bottom horizontal parts where it goes from right to left, and then enhanced it to make it look like the taillight was out. But if you notice on the front one, the light on one side only comes down halfway, and then the light on the left side, it's just a little dot. It doesn't come down because the diffuser's broke out. So with that diffuser gone, the light does not go down the taillight. And well, I suspect pried anyway, where the taillight was pried at to break that chrome piece, it broke that LED. With that LED broken, neither LED work. The LEDs are on the same circuit, so once one's broken, they're both inoperable. But it's completely obvious which one's broke and which one's not, especially in the dark. Add a spotlight to the mix. You can still see it's still completely obvious. It just doesn't matter. You can see the red in the taillight, just like in the driveway video, even sideways. You can tell where the light does not go all the way down to where the three dots or the bottom lights on the side are, those three little LEDs. You can tell on the non-broken taillight that it goes all the way down. And the one that's broken, it doesn't. Yeah. Now that diffuser, once it's cracked, see how that one's broke off, the one that works halfway down? Once the diffuser is cracked, even if the whole piece was on there, the light does not go down any further because it's cracked. That diffuser is kind of like fiber optic cable. Once the fiber optic cable is broken, the fiber optic light stops at the crack. Well, these diffusers do the same thing. And you can obviously tell the back one is whole. But when you're further out at different angles, it looks like there's like dark spots in the lens. That's because the curvature of it's reflecting different and makes it look like it's got a blur spot in it, or it's a little darker. It's not really darker. It's just the curvature of the lens reflects somehow. It makes it look like the light is a little different. I can assure you that diffuser is completely intact. It's a new light. And this one, I can assure you, the diffuser is broken halfway down, and the bottom part's broken just like the one in the Commonwealth's possession. So there would be no light going down the two sides, and then there's zero lights going across. That's my main focal point. At the bottom of the taillight, where the light goes from left to right, right to left, those two areas do not light up when the LED is broken. That little LED is right there. Once that LED is broken, that one and that one no longer work. And even if they did, the diffuser's broken, so light wouldn't go across. It would just be a little dot of light just like that one. It would just be a dot. The light doesn't travel without the diffuser. If the diffuser's cracked, the light stops. You can tell which light works and which light doesn't. That's what the light would, this is what the light would look like right now if it was plugged in court. That is what the light looks like in the 508 video. You can see light going across. In the 508 video, you see light on this side of the light. And on this side of the light, you see a blob right here down when it's farther down the driveway. And then you see a blur somewhere up in here. It's blatantly obvious. But you can definitely tell a difference. Starting right here, you can see the red lens sticking out past the vehicle. Starting right here, you can see the blob starting to appear. It's a blur over the taillight. It is clearly a blob. Once again, you can clearly see the red lens sticking out from the vehicle. And as it progresses, you can see the blur starting right over the taillight with some funny looking blue spot, and then it morphs into a blur. And then as it goes around, you start seeing another blur on another part of the taillight, but you can clearly see that there's a blur. Right here, it's coming into focus, coming in. Right there, you can see red taillight lens sticking out. It is plain as day. See how far the taillight sticks out past the body? It is blatantly obvious. If that piece was missing that is red, it would be completely obvious because that red lens sticks out further than the taillight on the inside. The red part sticks out further. Right here is where the blur starts. Look how big that blob is. You can see it. It looks like Texas right there. But you can blatantly see that that has been altered. You can see the red lens and the altered part. That is a complete lens that is made to look like it's not a complete lens. And the smoking gun starts here, where you can see that the bottom row of taillights is lit up, but there is a black separating blob that is covering part of the taillight. But you can clearly see that there is light on both sides of the bottom of the taillight. I will circle it. Lucky for us, they dropped one frame where you can see the light shining on both sides of the bottom of the taillight. With it busted out, that red light wouldn't be that far down the taillight, up and down, and there would be no light on the left side at all.